Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel Quaint. Do you know that research shows that when patients hold hands or receive comforting touch from nurses, their anxiety goes down, their heart rate stabilizes, and even the medical procedure becomes easier to handle. Yes, these things happen. So here the topic of discussion is actually pain relief without pills, and in this video we are going to explore something which is both fascinating and heartwarming. We are talking about hug, specifically nurses hug, but these are not a kind of a romantic hug or affectionate hug. The hug we are talking about in this video are all compassionate in nature, means we are talking about actually compassionate hugs. So what happens actually when you hug someone you trust, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a caring nurse? Okay, what happens actually whenever you are receiving a compassionate hug from someone? Let's talk about only nurses here, okay? Compassionate hug from nurses. So what happens in that case? Your brain releases one hormone known as oxytocin, which is also known as love hormone, you know. And it reduces, this hormone reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and even decreases pain perception. Yes, these things happen in your brain. Your brain releases oxytocin. And when this happens, when you receive a compassionate hug from someone, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a caring nurse, if you receive a compassionate hug, in that case, these things happen. Your brain releases oxytocin, and the result of which is what? Lowering your blood pressure. It lowers your blood pressure, reduces your stress, and decreases your pain perception. And at the same time, one more thing happens at the same time. Your brain reduces the release of cortisol. You know cortisol, that is hormone known as a stress hormone. So you feel what? If your brain reduces the release of cortisol, in that case you feel calmer, safer, and more relaxed, even without swallowing a single pill. These things happen. And in today's video, why we are actually specifically talking about nurses? Because you know that nurses are often frontline healers. In any hospital, nurses are known as frontline healers. They actually combine medical care with emotional support. They are highly trained for this purpose, to give the patients emotional support. They are highly trained. They know actually the meaning of compassionate hug. Or better to say here, more general, is they know actually the meaning of compassion. What is the meaning of compassion for the patients? This is well known to the nurse. And here we are talking about hug, which is not common at present, but this is science. Science is what? Science is compassionate hug triggers these things, release of oxytocin and reduction of cortisol. Okay, that means you can easily say that a caring nurse's hug is just equivalent to a mini dose of natural painkiller. You can say that way also. Of course, I am not saying that hospitals should immediately replace their medicine cabinets with hug stations. I am not saying like that. But if nurses' hugs were available on prescription, then I think that would be the most popular invention, or that would be, better to say, that would be the most popular therapy ever invented. If nurses' hugs were available on prescription, in that case, that would be the most popular therapy ever invented. Yes, I am saying this jokingly, but this is actually the truth. And just keep in your mind, I am not talking about romantic hug or affectionate hug. I am talking about only compassionate hug throughout this video. Okay, only compassionate hug. Don't take it otherwise. Okay. Anyway, and our biology says what? Our biology says human beings are actually wired for connection. A simple hug can bring about drastic changes in your body. Okay, it strengthens your emotional bond. It reduces your stress, and it protects your body. It means what? It means here that compassionate hug. It helps your body to protect against those harmful effects of stress. Means this compassionate hug acts as a shield against what? Against that harmful effects of stress or toxic effects of stress. So whenever you feel overwhelming, you just remember medicine heals, but compassionate hug also heals. Okay, means compassionate hug heals too. Medicine heals, but compassionate hug heals too. So this was all about today's topic. Science was what? Science was oxytocin and that cortisol. And other things are now known to you. And we are talking about nurses' hugs. The reason is that in hospitals, to take care of the patients, doctors, what actually doctors do in hospitals, that is known to you. But it is not known to many of us that actually what is the role played by the nurses? What is their responsibility? That is not known to you. You know what? You know nurses are assistant to doctors. That is not correct actually. They are just not assistant to doctors. They are more than that. In my separate videos, in other videos, I'll explore the actual roles played by the nurses. Not only in Indian hospitals, but in all the countries. What they actually do, what is their actually knowledge level. Anyway, everything will be discussed in other videos. In a single video, discussion about everything is not possible. Not for anyone, not for me also. Anyway, so this was all about today's topic, and this is the end of this video. If you found this video interesting, so please like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is the end. Thanks for watching.